This is Valley News Live at 10.
Good evening and happy Friday, everyone. I'm Justin Betty.
And I'm Stacy Van Dyke. New information for you tonight on a scary scene that left many people worried as they saw this vehicle on fire on I-94 in Fargo this afternoon.
However, tonight we now know so far no one has died. Highway Patrol says two men, a 71-year-old and a 53-year-old, both from Detroit Lakes, were seriously hurt when their pickup crashed into the back of a tractor trailer and caught fire near University Drive. They say the 71-year-old just didn't see the semi slow down because of the construction heading towards Moorhead. Highway Patrol says the two men were then taken to Sanford Hospital with serious injuries. Their names will be released tomorrow. The person in the semi was not hurt.
New tonight, here's a look at Fargo City Hall. It's lit up in blue in honor of former Clay County Sheriff Bill Bergquist, who passed away this morning. He was just 64 years old. The
retired sheriff had been suffering from Alzheimer's and was recently placed on hospice care. Bergquist spent 16 years as Clay County's top cop before retiring in January 2019. He had more than 40 years of law enforcement experience, loved and respected by all those he worked with.
You'd see Bill, he was a working sheriff. He was out here, he'd be directing traffic. He was out and about meeting the people, and he had a good heart.
Law enforcement agencies across the region came out today to honor Bergquist. You can see more about that on our website or the free VNL News app. Just click on this story.
Grant is the sweetest, most caring, most humble guy I've probably ever met. He would do anything for anybody.
A Fargo man has been battling brain cancer recently, but his family is showing him support both in and out of the hospital.
Valley News Team's Alex Larson has the story.
27-year-old Grant German has been living with and fighting brain cancer for 3 years.
What we're hoping for is it to get better. And I want to hope to spend as much time as I can with him.
Today, his cousins decided to show their support by having a lemonade stand. Their plan is to use the money to go find a gift just for him.
Grant wants to give, but we want to make sure he gets something too.
And the little ones say they've always had the most fun with their cousin.
He's fun to play with, but I'd say he's very sweet. When we just went to his cabin,
yeah,
and we all saw him, and he was still sick, but I got to hang out with him. We were at a pool, and it was when his brain cancer got better, and that was a couple of years ago. And we were all in the water, and he would just like swim with us. It was just really fun. And he's a really sweet guy. And I just want him to get better.
The family says Grant's cancer is terminal. But even through the struggles, his cousins say he's had the most grace. Fresquez says he recently made a comment that really stuck with her.
You know, I have a family that loves me, I have friends that love me, and a God that's going to take care of me.
In West Fargo, Alex Larson, Valley News Live.
It's quite a perspective there. Grant is going through another set of radiation, but his family says there's always hope. They're hoping for a miracle.
All right, switching gears now, taking a look outside ahead of what should be a beautiful weekend. For details, here's First Alert Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Hutch Johnson. Hutch.
Justin, thanks so much. Yes, we are closing out the work week in style. Clear skies, beautiful conditions, light wind and temperatures that are agreeable. Now, we are expecting a warm up and a chance of some storms this weekend. Speaking of warm, today we were back in the 80s in Fargo, Grand Forks, and points west of Fergus Falls, joining those 80s, as did Wadena and Park Rapids. Elsewhere in northwest Minnesota, we had 70s, very comfortable. Clouds are clearing out, and as we look at our area, nothing on the radar to show. There are some storms down in parts of southern South Dakota and out in western Montana and out in Calgary, Alberta, some stout storms. This system is heading our way for the weekend, and we'll talk more about that in a minute. But right now, let's focus on the good that is out there. A lot of 60s, some 80s in Big Sky Country, Montana. Saturday looks warmer. A little bit of an increase in humidity. Chance of storms, but not till late, so go out and have some fun. Sunday, scattered showers. It looks windier. We'll have details on that because we'll start cooling down Sunday and into your Monday. Tonight, though, you hear that? Neither do I. It's quiet, silent. I'll have details on a little bit more noise in the forecast in a minute.
How often do you get to say that? Thanks,
Not
Hutch.
A woman and two kids under age 10 were found safe in a cornfield near Downer, Minnesota this morning. The search started after a man walked into the Dilworth Police Department nearly 25 miles away and said they had been hiding there. The man told police they pulled into the field because they were being chased. Police dogs and drones were sent out to look for the family this morning. Now, police say they're not sure the family was actually being chased, adding it could be an example of paranoia. Drug use is suspected. So far, no charges have been filed.
A Canadian man pleaded guilty today to conspiracy to distribute fentanyl and import it into the U.S. Police believe the drugs 39-year-old Jason Berry sold resulted in 15 fatal overdoses. The whole investigation started in Grand Forks in 2015 after the overdose death of Bailey Hankey. According to court documents, Berry arranged the distribution while he was incarcerated in Canada. Berry faces life in prison. 27 other defendants were also charged in federal court, including 5 from Grand Forks. Speaking of drugs, Fargo Cass Public Health shared on Facebook 221 people have been saved from overdoses just since the beginning of this year through the Syringe Services Program. Participants administer Narcan, which can reverse opioid overdoses.
In June alone, Fargo police issued 211 tickets for dangerous driving. It's a 34% increase over June of last year. Now, Fargo PD is stepping up traffic enforcement, trying to identify locations that have frequent speeders, dangerous construction zones, or streets that are used for racing. An inmate in the Cass County Jail was charged today for assaulting a deputy. 27-year-old Jeffrey Cafresi was charged with felony aggravated assault of a peace officer. Authorities say the incident occurred 2 days ago while he was being held for the Pembina County Jail. The deputy was sent to a hospital and is now on medical leave.
Another search begins tomorrow for the 56-year-old man last seen in Belcourt on the Turtle Mountain Reservation in 2020. A $5,000 reward has been offered for information on the disappearance of Steve Longy. His son told us they followed up on dozens of tips, but they keep coming up empty. The next search begins in the morning at the mini casino in Belcourt. Tonight, someone could become a new billionaire. The Mega Millions jackpot is now up over $1 billion. The drawing just took place, and those winning numbers are 13, 36, 45, 57, 67. I know you can't see it, but the Mega Ball is 14. Again, 13, 36, 45, 57, 67, Mega Ball 14. If you're close enough that you're waiting for that 14, then you're in good shape. You know, as that drawing approaches, people are coming out in droves to stores all across the nation that have sold winning tickets in the past. Barrett Tryon brings us to one such store in Wisconsin.
It has been nuts. Everyone coming in trying to get that next winning ticket.
The Jackson Point Citgo had a steady stream of people rolling through its doors on Friday.
I would tip the workers, make sure everyone got a vacation, you know, and then I would spread it around to the family and friends.
He, like so many others, choosing this store because of what happened in January, where one of 2 winning Powerball tickets were sold.
It wasn't just that Oneida couple that walked away winners, so did the store. In fact, they took home $100,000 for selling that winning Powerball ticket.
That went towards our store, and each of our employees got a little bit of a bonus out of that. So we're hoping that this next winning ticket is sold here as well, and we get even more bonus, and we all have vacations planned already.
Everyone has ideas on what they would do with $1 billion. We wanted to know what it could buy you. For instance, you could buy 35 F-35A fighter jets. Those go for $77 million each. Or you could get the ultimate address, 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. You could actually buy the White House 3 times over. If you're a sports fan, that $1 billion would get you the Miami Marlins baseball team. That price tag is $900 million, and you'd still have some cash left over. No matter your plans, time is running out.
Tonight we're expecting business to just be constant all night long.
And who knows, maybe Lady Luck will strike twice at this store.
Do win a large sum of cash, or you just need somewhere to be careful with your money. U.S. Bank is now admitting to pressuring its employees to open fake accounts in the name of sales goals for over a decade, very similar to the Wells Fargo scandal in the 2010s. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau alleged that U.S. Bank accessed consumers' credit reports to open checking and savings accounts, credit cards, and lines of credit without their permission.
U.S. Bank is now forced to pay nearly $40 million in fines and penalties, and they'll have to refund customers any fees that they paid for those fake accounts. If you're planning on attending the Alan Jackson concert tomorrow in Grand Forks, here's a couple know before you go tips before you hit the dusty trail. Parking will open at 3:30 p.m. It's $15. To get in, they'll be using entrances 1 and 2. Those are both on the south side, and entrance 6 over on the east side. Doors open at 5:30. The show begins at 7. One more thing, you can't print tickets from home. You have to either have a digital ticket or you can get a physical ticket from the box office.
The Fargo Blues Festival kicked off today to an enthusiastic crowd at Newman Outdoor Field. 6 bands played today. 7 more will be playing tomorrow for the event. That starts tomorrow morning at 11 a.m.